everyone, it's Mrs. Frugal from impossiblyfrugal.com, and today I wanted to talk about how you can be both frugal and environmentally friendly. So being environmentally friendly has really come to top of mind for the general population. A lot more people are thinking about, what type of footprint they're having on the environment and thinking of things that they can do to be more environmentally friendly. But there's this huge misconception that, in order to do that, in order to be more environmentally friendly, you have to spend a lot of money, right? You've got to buy a Tesla, or you have to have solar panels, or all of these things that are really, really costly. But in reality, there's a lot of things that you can do and small steps that you can take that don't require you to buy all these really big, fancy, or expensive things. So today I just want to talk about 7 really simple things that you can do that don't cost you anything, that will really help you have a good environmental impact. So the first one is to walk instead of drive as much as possible. I know I have a really bad habit of just jumping into my car and going to the store, or jumping into my car and just going wherever it is that I need to go. Where my apartment is right now, it's actually really centrally located right next door to us. We've got a PetSmart, Petco. We've got Chipotle, restaurants, Best Buy, a lot of shopping really close by. And I thought back and noticed that, anytime I wanted to go to Chipotle or one of those places, I would just jump in my car and head over there. When in reality, I could walk there and it would probably take me 5 to 10 minutes to walk there. That's how close it was. So probably the same amount of time it would take me to just jump into my car and drive over there. So just thinking of small things like that, or times when you can walk instead of drive, is going to be really important. Also, I live really close to where I work. So if I jump in my car and drive to work, it probably takes me 5 minutes. If there's any traffic, maybe 10. So I'm actually within walking distance. There is a walking path all the way from my apartment to work. And I looked on my phone, and it says that it should take me about 25 minutes to walk there, which really isn't a bad walk. However, I will say I'm a pretty slow walker. So the last time I actually tried to walk to work from my apartment, it took me about 40 minutes. So I walk kind of slow. There's a little bit of a hill here and there. So it definitely took me longer than I anticipated. But still, 40-minute walk, if the weather's nice, it's not only good for my health to get a walk in every day, but that way I'm also being more environmentally friendly, right? I'm not putting these fumes or emissions into the air by driving my car to get there if I don't really need to. The second thing that you can do is to use a reusable coffee cup or water bottle. I got this really cool glass water bottle from IKEA. It didn't really cost much, and I absolutely love it and use it every single day. I have 2 of them. That way, if I'm kind of cleaning or washing, I got a second one to use. And then I have this reusable coffee cup as well that I also got from IKEA that I really love. It keeps my coffee nice and warm, and I don't have to worry about reusable paper cups, or using a paper cup at work. If I need to get water from the water fountain, I just bring my reusable bottle with me and can fill it up multiple times. And then the same with coffee. I bring this coffee cup with me to work, and I don't have to use any of those paper cups. It's actually insane the amount of paper cups that people go through in a work environment, just because you've got the coffee, you've got the water bottles, and both are set up to have these paper or plastic cups right next to them. And it's easy for people just to go there and grab a little bit, or grab a cup and take some water, take some coffee. So it really makes a big difference if you are reusing as much as possible, right? You want to reduce, reuse, and recycle. So reduce the amount of paper cups that are being used. Get a reusable cup so you can keep reusing. And if you do have to use, paper or plastic cups or anything like that, just make sure you're recycling it. The third thing you can do is donate any of your old items that you don't want anymore to charity. So a lot of people have a bad habit of saying, hey, you know, I'm not going to use these plates anymore, I'm just going to throw them away. Or, you know, I can't fit into these clothes anymore, so I'm just going to throw them away. And, you know, throwing all those things away is just going to end up in a landfill somewhere. So, you know, instead, taking whatever items that you don't want anymore or you don't need anymore, and, you know, donating them to Goodwill or whatever charity is nearby that you want to donate to can make a really big difference, right? One man's trash is another man's treasure, is a common saying. And so just really kind of looking at the items that you're just throwing away and determining, like, is this still something that can be used by someone else that maybe doesn't have a newer item or has a need for it, whereas I don't anymore. So really just kind of think about what you're throwing away, and could that be reused by someone else? Could that be donated, again, to help someone else that maybe can't afford to buy the brand new whatever it is that you're getting rid of. Another thing you can do is to just recycle as much as possible. You know, before I moved to Oregon, I wasn't as environmentally friendly or conscious, and I would just throw everything away, right? If I'm making food, making something in the microwave, or just cooking anything, you know, automatically I would just throw the scraps or the leftovers, or, you know, the packaging that it came in the garbage. And so I've kind of slowed down a little bit and started really looking at that packaging and saying, okay, is this cardboard? Is this something that can be recycled? Is this plastic? Okay, what type of plastic is it? Does it have the little recyclable symbol on it, to where I can separate that out and put that in recycling instead of just throwing it away? So just little things like that can make a big difference. You know, it doesn't cost anything to slow down and really take a look at something before you throw it in the trash to determine if it can be recycled or not. Another thing that you can do is have reusable grocery bags. So you're probably thinking, well, isn't this one going to cost money? You have to buy reusable grocery bags, right? So yeah, kind of, you know, I do have some reusable grocery bags that I've bought. So you can see this is bee green. I got it from Amazon, I think. I'll link to it below if you're interested, but it's pretty cool. It folds up nice and small here, and then it just pulls outside of itself really to become a full bag, which is pretty cool. It actually can fit and hold a lot in it. But here in Oregon, actually, you know, if you get a bag from the store, if you're not bringing your own reusable bags, they charge you. So they'll charge you for the paper bags that they have. But what's really important is you don't have to buy these reusable bags, right? When you go to the grocery store, you're going to be given that bag. And so if, you know, a lot of us can't just kind of hold everything and bring it into the car. So we either have to buy that paper bag, which is 5 or 10 cents, or we've kind of got to just kind of throw everything into the car without a bag. So, you know, when you go and you're spending that 5 or 10 cents, a lot of people will just recycle that paper bag or throw it away. And so you don't have to buy new fancy reusable bags. You can use that same paper bag over and over again. So you don't have to buy special bags. You've already spent that 5 or 10 cents if you're here in Oregon to get that bag. So just continue to reuse that paper bag. If you're in another state that doesn't have that law where they require the stores to give paper bags and to charge you if you're not using a reusable bag, a lot of times the grocery store will ask you paper or plastic, right? So ask for paper bags and reuse those a couple different times when you go. And then the best part is after you've reused it a couple times, if it's kind of worn or ripped or anything like that, you can just recycle it. So that's great as well. The sixth thing you can do to be frugal and environmentally friendly is to make your own cleaning products. Now, if you've been to any store out there, you've probably noticed there's pretty much an entire aisle, if not more, dedicated to cleaning supplies. So there's literally like cleaning supplies for glass, cleaning supplies for wood, Literally every surface or everything out there, there's a special bottle or special cleaning supplies for that. So a lot of times you end up having, 6 different cleaning solutions in your house, each used for a different thing. When in reality, you can probably make your own cleaning solution here to work on multiple surfaces. So what we use is something called Salsuds by Dr. Bronner's. So it's a pretty good, decently sized bottle. You can get it in most grocery stores or anywhere you go shopping. You'll probably find this in the cleaning aisle. You can also find it on Amazon, so I'll link to that below if that's easiest for you. But it's awesome because it really is an all-purpose cleaner. It can be used on so many different things. We actually buy our own glass reusable spray bottles. And there's different cleaning solution recipes for this, whether it's half and half, depending on what you're using it for, whether it's just water and a few drops of the Salsuds. And so we kind of put that mixture, that solution in these glass reusable cleaning bottles and just use them over and over again. So, I can't honestly think of anything this can't be used on. Well, I take that back. Actually, glass, if you use this on glass, it's not going to be as effective. You'll see streaks or residue from it. So we have 2 different kind of cleaners that we use. One is this, which is made with the Salsuds, which we use for cleaning, disinfecting most surfaces or most things. And then we also have another blue glass bottle just like this, that's a solution of vinegar and water, which is what we use on glass or anything we don't want any type of residue or anything to be left behind by this. So instead of buying 6 different cleaning solutions, make your own or buy an all-purpose cleaner that you can reuse over and over again. And you don't have to buy this glass bottle right off the bat. We reused an old plastic bottle that we had for some old cleaning solutions until we finally decided that it was time to get rid of that or recycle that and get a glass bottle that we could continue to use for our cleaning solution. And it's been really great. It's worked wonders, and I've had no issues with it. And the 7th and last thing that you can do to be frugal and environmentally friendly is to eliminate plastic as much as possible. So it's really amazing how almost everything we buy comes wrapped in plastic in some way, shape, or form, or at least the majority of what we buy. If you go to the grocery store, your fruit's wrapped in some type of plastic container. I've even seen bananas wrapped in plastic. So there's just so many things that when you go to the grocery store, it already comes prepackaged and wrapped in plastic. So just being more conscious of that while you're in the grocery store can make a really big difference. So, for example, we feed our dogs carrots, right? It's very inexpensive. Our dogs love carrots, and we use that instead of your typical dog treats that you would buy. So you'll notice when you go to the store, there's different types of carrots, right? There's little baby carrots that are pre-cut and come in plastic, which we've used in the past. Or you can buy the carrots themselves, right? A stock of carrots that don't come wrapped in plastic or anything like that you can buy. So just thinking of what your options are and what alternatives there are while you're in the store, and going for the option that doesn't come wrapped in plastic whenever possible. Another example of where you would see that in the grocery store is with apples, right? So a lot of times you'll walk through and you'll see there's different types of apples laid out, and then there's a bundle of apples. It'll come in a pack of, 10 or 12 apples in this big plastic bag. So, deciding, do I just buy this big plastic bag of apples, or do I buy the single apples? I can get as many as I want. I can put that in my own reusable bag, or a lot of times they'll have paper bags that you can put them in as an alternative instead of those plastic bags that you see in the store. So there's just so much that you can do if you just really stop and think about what it is that you're purchasing. Does it come wrapped in plastic? How can I eliminate this plastic or buy something that doesn't come wrapped in plastic. That can make a huge difference. And again, it doesn't cost anything to do that, right? It doesn't cost anything to, keep reusing things, to recycle things as much as possible, to just reduce the amount of plastic that you're using or buying, just by slowing down a little bit and thinking things through before just grabbing that easy, bag of 10 apples wrapped in plastic or anything like that. So overall, as you can see, there's a lot of things that you can do to be more environmentally friendly while still maintaining your frugality. You don't have to spend a ton of money and buy all brand new things. I'm not telling you that you need to go through your house and get rid of all the plastic items that you have or anything that's not environmentally friendly, and buy all new things at all. That's the opposite of being environmentally friendly, right? We don't want you to just throw all those things out and just start buying things that you deem to be more eco-conscious or environmentally friendly. We really want you to just kind of think about what it is that you're doing, what you're using on a day-to-day basis, how you can reuse what you have, how you can recycle things instead of throwing them out, and just reduce your plastic consumption, or reduce the amount of driving that you're doing by walking more, or just really reducing your carbon footprint in general. So there are so many things, and we talked about 7 of them today, that you can do that don't cost you anything extra and just really require you to kind of sit back and think and evaluate what you're doing a little bit more. So I hope that you found this video helpful and that you're starting to see some things you can do and implement into your own life on how to be more environmentally friendly. So if you liked the video, please feel free to give us a like. Also, don't forget to subscribe so you can get more videos like this and more videos on my tips and tricks on how to live a frugal life. Follow us on social media if you haven't already. We like to put out a lot of great tips and tricks there as well. But again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.